Can you just say that again? Can you just give me that again?
I'm centered here.
Yes.
And centered here as
Oh.
well. Yeah, mate.
Shall we take a moment of zen?
Well, don't you have to center yourself? Do you ever sort of think, okay, I got to, just get in the zone, or it's just roll on?
Born in the zone. What are you talking about?
There you go. Boom. There you go.
No. Do you meditate or something?
No, nothing like that. Although, you know what, I know I've heard of people who do, and it's sort of they reach this sort of state of mind where they're relaxed, they're got a clear head, and it's all
I was
happening.
listening to Alex Cullen talk to Sarah Lamarquard on her podcast,
Yep.
having gone to Melbourne, and he mentioned that during all the drama he found meditation and it helped, and just centers or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Is it?
I don't know when I'd do that.
Yeah, it's usually you do it early in the day. Like you do it, start your day doing that.
Right.
Sort of get in the zone, and like it's nothing religious or anything. Like it's not like praying. It's like just trying to be at peace with yourself.
I think my morning shower is my meditation.
Well, we won't discuss what goes on there, mate.
No, it's just hot water wakes me up. Let's go, baby.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you, mate.
I couldn't start the day without a shower.
Yeah, absolutely. Me neither. Yeah, got to have a shower.
That's like my meditation. Just
although,
and I will waste minutes of water just standing there.
Doing other things sort of puts you in a zone too. Like I find when I'm doing like just menial things, like when you're mowing the lawn, you got time to you think about stuff.
100%.
And when you're
Lego.
Lego. There you go. You got a lot of time to think about stuff while you're doing that. It's whenever it's a non-screen activity, your mind has another place to be. It can take on, and you're thinking about stuff and going over stuff in your mind. Same thing when you exercise. When I'm walking, I'm normally listening to something, but you're still thinking about stuff.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Very centered of you.
That's what we do. Yeah,
very mindful.
You know what? We're getting wiser.
Are we,
we're getting older. We're trying to get wiser.
Or do we just think we're wiser?
Well,
do old people just think they're...
Well, mate, your kids are growing up now. Don't you feel that you're sort of... I know they're not sort of making sort of the moving out of home and making those life decisions, but do you find that you're becoming more of a advice giver, and sort of that's your role as a father, I guess, being more...
I don't think you notice it at this age yet. No.
I think, when your kids get a bit older...
The other day, I went to Mum's on the weekend. It's like a long weekend, 3 days with the kids, with the little kids. Drove an EV there and back, and got home, and I don't know why I went up and I went to Jackson's room, and it was just a pigsty. And he was...
Did you say, oi?
I don't know where he was. Anyway, he was at TAFE because he's gone back to TAFE. Yep. And I said to Amanda, he's not going to Rose's until he cleans that room. Anyway,
so
I didn't say to him.
His girl's house.
Yeah, but then later in the evening, he got home and Amanda just blurted it straight out. Dad said your room's a mess.
Under the
I'm like,
bus.
okay, let's go. No, I'm cool with that.
Why doesn't she take that on too, mate?
No. Well, she normally would be the...
Right.
That's like good cop, bad cop. Amanda's normally the bad cop.
Yeah, really?
And so
I'm bad cop in my house.
I've thrown that in, and the next day...
Really? Amanda's bad cop?
Cleaned his room.
Not you? Wow.
Cleaned his room. I gave him a 7.5 out of 10. And when I got home last night, I'm like, he's gone to Rose's. I went up to his room. 7.5 out of 10 I gave him.
Tidier.
It was pretty good.
Not completely.
Yeah, and Amanda goes in the text, I'll give you a 9 out of 10. I'm like, thanks for that.
Hey, mate.
Cheers.
You got to be. Yeah. You got to match up, mate. Match it up. That's the thing. Boats have got to point in the same direction.
I'll tell you a funny story about Amanda.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I got home yesterday and she was out the back doing gardening, and she's going through her gardening phase. I don't know. Anyway.
Really?
So we've got this tree in the back corner, which when we moved in 12 years ago was in a pot plant next to the kind of pergola or patio, and it had gone through the pot root, so I ripped it out of there and I dug a hole and I planted it. It's become a decent bloody tree. Yep. And she goes, it's probably a weed. So I got out Gemini, with the video. Yeah. And so I opened it up with the video and said, what sort of tree is this? She said, get a bit closer. And I get a bit closer. Told me what it was. And then I turned and Amanda was raking the leaves. I turned and pointed the camera and said, what's this person doing? He goes, it looks like she's raking the leaves into a wheelbarrow. I said, it's actually a bin. My mistake. That is actually a garbage bin. And I kept the camera on her and she could hear me. And I go, she's cute, isn't she? And I thought, oh, what could happen here?
Oi.
And Gemini just goes, she is cute. And I went, oh, okay.
Well, what else
Lucky,
are you going to say?
Lucky Gemini didn't have opinions.
Whoa,
Jesus.
mate.
And then she said, put that bloody thing away.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
Gemini thinks my wife's cute.
It's not going to say, oh, God. It's not going to
That'd be
give
awkward,
you an
wouldn't
adverse...
it? Imagine that. Imagine you're like, do you think
AI is going to tell you what you want to hear, mate.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
It's not going to say, mate. Well, you know what? I think we've mentioned this before. Like, there should there be an AI that's just fully unfiltered?
I assume
that's someone's going to develop a truth-talking AI.
I reckon you could probably program ChatGPT to be that way. You could say, I only want you to give me hard truth, strong language, like a father figure or whatever. You could actually program it to be that.
To be real, to be.
I don't want you to sugarcoat
make you
things.
accountable to stuff.
I think you can come up with a list.
I reckon
and
there's a market there. There'll be a market for someone to have that.
And the thing is, I don't think it's a task. I think it's just an app that would integrate. So it'd be a subscription because you'd have to pay for the ChatGPT references, but all those feeds back and forth. But I don't see any reason why you could not create an app that uses existing GPTs like Gemini or ChatGPT, and it just has a personality, a programmed personality.
Really sassy. Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes we all need that. Well, I think I could do with multiple.
Like having a smart ass friend just telling you just like it is.
I use them now pretty regularly, just in questions in the office, like don't forget this and help me with this or whatever. I wonder whether I could do with another one that was just more. Or if I could use different names. It goes to what we talked about last week with assistants. But if I could name it, and remember Meta talked about doing this a couple of years ago with their Facebook Connect. They talked about having personalities in Meta AI, so you could actually say, well, this one's my accountant, this one's my book, this one's my my personal assistant.
That'd be professions, not personalities, wouldn't it?
But they're still personalities.
Both. I guess.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah,
well, maybe it's $1 million idea that we're not going to make any money on.
Tell it like it is.
That's the ChatGPT we need.
And don't aim it at your wife.
Yeah.
And ask it then. But Gemini, there you go.
Big endorsement from Gemini. And on that note, we'll do this.
Welcome to Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Not a bad price.
With Trevor Long from EFTM.com.
Really handy device.
And Stephen Fennick from techguide.com.au.
Lovely to have your company. Episode 693. Two Blokes Talking Tech. Thanks to the great people at Arlo and Netgear. So for home security, Arlo's got you covered, and for home internet and wireless, Netgear's got you covered. So you're getting those big speed bumps on the NBN coming. Make sure your Wi-Fi.
When are they coming in?
September.
Happy days. Got a little email from Aussie Broadband.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Are you going to go 2,000?
No, I'll just get the upload.
Just get the upload.
Just get the 100 upload.
Is that what they're going to move it up to?
Yeah.
That's great.
That'd be huge.
Upload podcasts in no time.
That's what we need. So yes, all power to you for supporting Arlo and Netgear, folks. We appreciate it. We appreciate it a lot. Stephen, there's a bit of going on, but I wanted to do a cross promotion here for the EFTM podcast. But you don't have to listen to it, okay? I'll give you the summary. A couple of weeks ago, had a call from a lovely bloke called Gary. I think that's his name. I haven't looked it up.
Yep.
Anyway, the long and the short of it was Gary, elderly gentleman, him and his wife, they have a very small TV. I think it was something like, they couldn't pick up all the channels anymore. Do they get a set-top box, or do they just get a new TV? I said, mate, just get a new TV. Come on, mate. So, it was literally a 20-year-old TV. Yep. And so we spent, I'm going to say it was a long time talking about his budget. I'm on the JB and Harvey websites looking at the prices, and I literally, he had $1,000.
Narrowed down.
He wanted to spend $1,000.
Yep.
And I basically took him to the top end. Like, I think we were at the $800 price point for Hisense and TCL.
So like a 42-inch or something, or smaller.
I think they were 55s.
Okay.
I think we're going to 55.
Yep.
Which was, for him, going to be enormous, right?
Yes.
So we narrowed it down to the point where I'm pretty sure I gave him model numbers. I said, mate, write these down. Okay. Walk in.
Yep.
So these are the ones I want. What's the best deal you can get on either of these two, right?
Yep.
I was happy with either the TCL or the Hisense because I thought they were both equally great TVs, perfect for him.
Yep.
So this week.
So what were the brands? Hisense?
Hisense and TCL.
Yep.
Yeah. So basically I said to him, mate, I said, look, And we talked about LG and Samsung and everything, but
Yes.
for his eyes, for his needs, for what he was watching, I spent time asking him all that, right?
Yeah.
What he was actually doing with the TV. We narrowed it down to those two because let's remember, he was coming from a very old TV. This is going to be amazing, right?
Quite a jump.
It's going to be amazing.
Yep.
So this week he comes back on the show and I say, mate, well, how'd we go? What did we buy? He goes, well, I got a Samsung. And I'm like,
So much for your advice.
look, well done. Thank you. That's
Yeah,
great. Look, I don't have a problem with Samsung TV. Congratulations. I just bought
lucky,
3
yeah.
for the office. They're wonderful. Love
great.
it.
Yeah.
But for his needs and for that, I said, mate, what happened?
Yeah.
What didn't we narrow it? And he goes, well, the bloke in the store did this and said this and this happened. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And he goes, he just convinced me. And I'm thinking, wait a minute.
Wow.
And I was literally like, this is remarkable. He's gone. I'm not offended that he went against me. I'm just more offended that I don't think the salesman did the right thing by him. This is an older gentleman at a Harvey Norman store.
Yep.
And they got, because you know what happened? $1,500.
So they upsold him.
They upsold him.
See, here's what would have happened, right? He would have walked in the store with his little piece of paper with your model numbers that you suggested, and he would have said, look, I'm after these TVs. And the bloke in the store goes, mate, you don't want those TVs. Let me show you something better.
Yep.
And so he's steered him across, and his budget was
$1,000,
and he's ended up spending $1,500.
And he said to me in the call this week, he said, I don't even know where I found the extra money. But, he had the extra money. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not begrudging him the extra money.
Yeah.
I'm not begrudging him a Samsung TV.
Yeah.
Great.
Good
It's
luck
going to
to
be a
you.
good TV.
Yeah.
He's actually disappointed in it, to be honest. He said he can't get the colour right, and da-da-da-da.
Oh,
and
okay.
I've given him some advice on colour modes. I said, your wife? He said, my wife's adjusting. I said, just tell her not to touch the brightness, the contrast, the RGB.
Yeah, leave that alone.
Change the colour modes from cinema to dynamic and all that stuff.
Yep.
But it doesn't change the fact that he was convinced to buy something else. Now, let's assume he did take on board my knowledge and information, and he was turned. It could also be that he didn't like what I had to say and he was convinced another way. But the fact that he came back on the show was a bit more, likely that he was actually trusting in my information. So I said on EFTM, I said, I don't know, but I wonder if SPIVs still exist. Now, SPIVs are from, when I got started in this game, it was a big deal that your retail store staff could essentially get a kickback on sales they make.
Selling a certain number
I've already had a text message from someone saying, dude, SPIVs still exists.
Yes. Yeah. So in other words, there's an incentive to sell certain brands. I've heard in my dealings that there are staff that if they sell 10 or so they hit a number, then the kickback is like bonuses like holidays, golf clubs, and all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah, and I think
give them the incentive to sell you that particular brand.
And as I understand it, these incentives happen on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So it might be that on a Saturday they're all in on one brand and on a Sunday they're all in another. Now, it's not illegal. I'm not suggesting for a moment that it's illegal. But I'm saying from an Australian consumer law perspective, from the ACCC's perspective, of all the things they investigate and deny, and I think it should be required that a sales member must tell you verbally that they are receiving a higher commission for a particular product than another.
So full disclosure.
Not just a gamble responsibly kind of thing at the end. Not just a thing on a notice on the front of the store saying there's CCTV in use.
No, they should tell the customer. So just so you know, if I sell you this TV, I'm going to get a bit of there's an incentive for me. I get something in return.
And it should be very clear. I get a higher incentive from selling you product A than I do from you buying product B.
But would that then defeat the purpose because they get or do all the brands offer that?
Well, no.
Imagine.
I think the point I'm making is I assume salespeople work on commission. Anytime I've bought at Harvey Norman, they drag you to the counter because they want their name against it because I'm assuming they get a commission.
Yes.
Bingley's the same in New South Wales. So I assume
they all do it. Yeah.
I assume JB's less so. I guess for the big products they do, like a TV.
Yep.
But I assume that they all work on commission. So no matter what TV they sell, they're going to get a commission.
Yeah.
But the point here is the commission is
One's
higher
better than the other.
on that one than that one.
Well,
and it may be that there is a SPIV in place for 3 brands, but the SPIV is higher for brand B.
Well, let's break it down for Gary, your mate Gary. Samsung's deal was better than the other brands. So what were the other ones? TCL and Hisense.
and Hisense.
So he would have walked out with a high sense if that was the better commission.
To be clear, and let's be very clear, we do not know that the salesman earned extra credit or a spiv on this sale.
Right.
It may be that did not happen.
It seems likely, though, because he's got him for more money and a different brand.
But as a salesman...
Like, is that just skill as a salesman, or you know what's in it for you?
I mean, it is skill as a salesman, isn't it? That's their job. Is to upsell
I guess, but
he does inherently get a higher commission by selling a higher number. He gets a higher if he gets 3% or 5% or 10% on all sales.
Yep.
He gets more money from a $1,500 transaction than he does from $1,000.
And I'd imagine these spivs would run for certain periods and days.
That's what I understand.
I reckon. Imagine the team meeting at the start of the show before the store opens. Righto, guys, we're pushing LG today, OLED, C3, C5s, go hard.
Yeah.
Would that be the general consensus?
I believe it can be very time sensitive. So a week-to-week basis, it could be a different spiv or incentive.
So that, mate, I've always suspected this, and I've told my readers and listeners the same thing over the years, that if you are looking for a certain product, then you got to remember that the staff may have their own agenda. So you might want to go in and you got your heart set on this particular model, and you got to remember that at the back of your mind that they might be showing you the product because they're getting something out of it. Yeah. So
and again, it may be that he came across a salesperson who's had the greatest experience in their own home with Samsung TVs. But I think my problem with it is for an elderly gentleman.
Yeah.
And, we talk to these people more than anyone, frankly, with the radio work that we do, and our audience demographically is older.
Definitely.
In on our websites and the contact we get.
Yep.
I think we know the older generation better than your average JB or Harvey salesperson, right?
And just not to blow our own trumpets, they would trust our opinion. Like, you gave him 2 models, for him to not choose one of them, that's unusual.
That's what made me prick my ears up. Yeah. Doesn't get my back up. I'm not offended.
No.
I'd be happy if he bought a $1,000 Samsung, or that the bloke gave him a discount so that it met his budget and whatever.
Yeah.
Great.
He upsold him and a different brand
within your budget. Yeah. Whatever. But this guy had $1,000, and I think of my mum, and I'd hope that she wouldn't be upsold out of her budget.
Yeah.
So I just
I'd
feel like...
I'd be by my mother's side, by the way, doing this. I actually was. I did buy her a couple of TVs recently,
I just feel like we should get to a point where this is disclosed. And I don't know that any sales commissions of any sort are really disclosed, are they? At a car deal or anything like that?
I think there needs to be that transparency. And it's not just for TVs either. It would be. Imagine the other big box items you buy. A fridge, fridges,
washing machines,
dishwashers, they'd be all up for grabs too. Coffee machines, you name it. You're spending thousands of dollars.
It would definitely be more prolific in the high price points. So, your big box items, as you say.
Is it like I don't know whether the stores are still doing this. Are they still offering extended warranties?
Oh, they definitely are.
Well, that's another thing we've discussed. Like, that's a total waste of time.
Well, I've come to the point of going, I accept you want to buy an extended warranty because you want to simplify the process of getting help outside of the traditional warranty time, because Australian consumer law is amazing, but it can be arduous and a difficult process. So fine, if you want to do it, but just know from my point of view, I think it's money poorly spent.
At the very least, ask the store, ask them, and see if they can answer to this. Ask them, what does your extended warranty give me that Australian consumer law doesn't?
Yeah.
And see if they can answer that question.
Yeah.
My bet is they can't. But getting back to the spivs, mate, I think that's a really good idea to make it so that the customer knows that they're, and we don't know for sure, if it was the fact that he steered him to another brand for him to make more money, then is that not a level of dishonesty? Is that not a level of is dishonesty the right word? Is that not like cunning?
It's a little deceptive,
It's a bit shrewd.
But again, it's a salesperson, right? Inherently, the sales profession probably has the least respect among many. Like we talk about, used car salesman is often one of the least respected professions. The job of a salesperson is to sell you something, but I guess my point is, if Gary walked in with $1,000 and knew what he wanted, just give it to him.
Yeah.
Earn your commission.
Well, he knew what he wanted. He did know what he wanted.
Would have been the easiest commission in history if he just took it, gave him the TV, and maybe upsold him on delivery or installation or something, you know?
Free delivery or
Whatever.
something. Yeah, right.
Just do something. But disclosure, I think, is critical. Now, does it happen much in the mobile space? I'm trying to think out loud here and go, well, look, we've gotten to a point where you're pretty much buying a phone and a plan now separately. So the way that was all intertwined back in the day.
There'd be some incentives for sure in the mobile space.
Yeah.
You think about it, that would be even more reason to have us there, because not every person buys a TV for themselves.
No.
But everyone buys a phone for themselves. So bigger market. More incentive.
So you think in a Telstra store?
Oh, mate, I reckon it'll be
they'd be incentivised to sell them up to the highest plan they possibly could
put
warrant.
It this way, right? Your family, right? There's one big TV in the lounge room, but everyone's got a phone.
Yeah.
So you think of the size of that market and the competitiveness of it, and mate, Apple would be involved, Samsung, all the big players. They want
I'd
more.
I'd be blown
sold.
away if Apple was doing it.
Well, mate, I think you'll find that Apple's a business, and the way they run their business, the way they deal with their customers would be the stores and the retailers. The way that they do that business is, mate, they'd be pretty hardball, I reckon. You know, we've got a great relationship with Apple, and you know we're journalists. Of course, they've got a great relationship with us, but behind the curtain, where the business is done, mate, I've heard stories where they're pretty hard negotiators, and you know tough to work with sometimes because they're quite demanding. You know, they really respect their own products. So, mate, I'd say it's a no. It goes without saying that there's those sort of things happening in the telco space as well.
Yeah,
and I'd love for people, if you got even anonymously, tell us.
Let us know.
I'm absolutely certain that there'd be sweeteners involved.
Slide into the DMs, folks. Would be very interested to know.
If you work in retail and you want to remain nameless, let us know. Let us know what the biggest incentive you've mate, because we're talking, like I said, holidays and expensive items. I'd love to know what's some of the biggest things that they've earned from selling a certain number of TVs or phones or whatever it happens to be, washing machines. It's a competitive space, and that creates competition.
Again, no assertion that anyone involved actually incentivized or paid more or got more commission, but it feels that way.
Yeah,
it feels very much that way.
It happens, mate.
We think it still happens.
See, we only see the front, the front-facing part of the business.
Yeah.
The back end of the business, there's all these deals going on. Like, we don't know how these orders are made, and you know, it's a balancing game too. Like trying to get enough stock and to get this into store and to move this and to, ship that out, and it'd be a real juggle, I reckon, for retailers.
But it's also you think about targets and sales targets.
Yeah.
You know, every company, Samsung, Hisense, LG, they want to reach as target
car
for sales.
Car companies too, mate. Car companies, they have their monthly targets.
But see, it's with car companies, don't you think it becomes more about just discounting? So they're like, we've got this deal for the month, we've got better finance.
Well,
or
the thing with a car though is, right, you go to a dealer, they only sell that brand of car.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like you go into a supermarket and you can choose any car you want.
I think car dealers are more often incentivized to try and get you to finance through them because that's how they make money. Is through financing.
There's something there. Yeah, something there. So it's interesting. So, these big retailers, they want to stay competitive, and of course they want to offer all the big brands want to be offered through these big chains. So
especially big box. Like we got to. Yeah. It's all well and good for Amazon to be doing well and for online sales to be great, but the fact is, a big screen TV, a big washing machine, a big fridge.
Yeah.
For some time yet to come, we are still going to be going to Harvey Norman and JB's or wherever.
But even too, you think of the other retailers like places like Big W and Kmart and Target. Mate, that'd be happening there too, because they sell TVs and phones and other big, like, more costly items. So there'd be, I reckon, competition at that level as well, as well as what do you got? Harvey's, JB, Bingley, Good Guys. Any years I missed out?
No, they're the big ones.
They're the big ones. So I don't know. I'd say it's pretty much a. it's assumed that that's what happens in these places.
And I think our challenge is it assumed by the average punter? Does the average punter
I don't think so, mate.
believe that there are brand-based incentives for sales? We're all acknowledging that they get the commission sales are a part of life. Bring it on.
Yeah.
But are there brand-based commissions and additional commissions and incentives that are not clearly disclosed? They're in the back room. They're in the break room. They're in the lunchroom of the store, up on a wall.
It's happening. I'll put it this way. If they said, oh, no, nothing, I'd be very, very surprised if they said nothing like that's going on.
All right, well...
There has to be incentives. There are for sure, mate.
You can email Stephen through techguide.com.au. You can email me through EFTM.com.
Would love to hear.
You can send us a text, 0477 657 657.
We're happy to not name... We won't name you. We're not going to get anyone in trouble, but... Feel free to disclose under the promise of anonymity if you want to let us know some of the incentives you may have earned or heard about.
Yeah. And if you're listening and you've got mates that work in retail, talk to them.
Yeah.
Get us the info.
The spiv. We want to know.
Get us the spin on the spiv, folks.
Spiv.
Two Blokes Talking Tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
And we do it all thanks to the great people at Netgear. And we mentioned earlier, the NBN speeds are going up.
Bring
Now, if you're on the 25 and the 50 plan, staying the same. In fact, your prices have probably gone up. But if you're on the 100, the 250, the 500, the 1,000, woohoo, big news. It's all going up. The 100 plan becomes 500. I mean,
how good is that?
I was talking to, again...
the price will go up too, will it?
Well, no. I was talking to a caller on EFTM and he was on the 250, which I think is going to become 750. Ooh. And I said, mate, if you go down a plan to the 100, you'll go to 500.
Go 500.
So you'll be saving money and getting more.
Wow.
And it's not just downloads, it's uploads as well. And the problem here is if you've got a restricted network, and we, again, sorry to bang on, but we had a great caller on EFTM this week who had a problem with his networking, and I said, mate, I think the Orbi's good because he had an Orbi. I said, get rid of the router, the modem that came with the internet provider.
Connect directly.
Plug it directly into the NBN. And he said, mate, it is singing. So if you're going to get better speeds in November, thanks to the NBN speed boost that's coming to all internet providers, and talk to your provider if you don't know what we're talking about and ask them when it's happening, what it's going to cost and how it's going to affect you. But you need great Wi-Fi. If you're going to go up to a gigabit or more, Stephen's going to get 2 gig. Stephen's going to go real big.
About it, and you're not. Come on.
Well, I don't know that I can get 2 gig on HFC. I need to check. I think.
That's a shame. I've got fibre to the premises at my place.
I don't need that. Then you need a good network. So if you got great speed coming into the house, but your Wi-Fi is all sketchy, get yourself a Netgear Orbi. It'll create beautiful Wi-Fi across your whole home for every device. That's what you need post this NBN speed boost in September.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
All right, Canstar Blue. Now, you know me, I don't really love surveys most of the time, but I like the Canstar.
What do you got against surveys?
I think surveys are done often. They're just, we've surveyed 600 people, 1,000 people just to put out a press release. But Canstar Blue, they go pretty hard on this stuff. They're very much about the user experience. And in this case, they surveyed 8,500 people. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of people, right?
That is a lot.
8,500 people about their mobile plans.
Yep.
So specifically about the plans they're on. Now, they broke it down into several categories and an overall. The best prepaid plan provider, Aldi Mobile.
Wow.
Best postpaid plan provider, Moose Mobile.
Have you heard of them?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Mobile.
They're on the Optus network.
Yep.
Best phone on a plan. So if you're going to buy a new phone from a telco, Vodafone.
Yep.
And best overall, most trusted mobile plan provider, Aldi Mobile.
Boom.
That's huge for Aldi.
And Aldi, that's the Telstra network, isn't it?
Telstra network, yep.
And so Moose is Optus, did you say?
Moose is Optus, yeah.
Wow.
I think that's a big win because this is not just, discounts. This is not just deals.
This is prepaid. And overall, they've got the trust.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got a lot of friends in our area who are with Aldi, I think, because they do really good family share plans. So you pay a certain amount for a big shared amount of data, so you can have it across for the kids, for example. I was talking to someone the other day, might have been a radio call, and then we were talking about how this lady had a landline phone and data. I said, listen, get rid of all that. Get your mum or whoever it was.
Get rid of the landline? You told her to get rid of the landline?
Yeah, because that's handkerchief people have landlines.
I've got a landline.
Case in point.
That's a radio line. I do all my radio on the landline.
Mate, mobiles are HD now. It's all good.
Reception is a bit sketchy, but sometimes.
Let's move on. I said you get a mobile phone.
Yep.
You go to Aldi, you get a SIM card, and you sign up for the $5 365-day plan.
$5.
$5, right? The phone, if she makes calls, I said, it's going to cost per minute, like the old days.
Right.
But if you just need to contact your mum or your grandma, whoever this is, the phone, just leave it there sitting on charge. Yeah. And when you need to ring her, it rings for 365 days without paying another cent.
$5.
She can receive as many phone calls as she wants.
I don't make any calls on mine. That's what I should do on my place.
It's insane.
Yeah. I've got mine through my
deal.
NBN, my landline.
They've got such good deals at Aldi Mobile that they're often overlooked. And I think it's funny that this survey, none of the big carriers came out on top.
Yeah. So what was the focus more on value, sort of value?
It's everything. It's a whole customer experience.
Yeah, right.
It's the whole customer experience. Yeah. Canstar always do a kind of overall thing. And mate, I think
they look outside the box a bit too.
Yeah, and we were talking about this, I think, on 6PR. We were talking about how the big telcos don't really want your business at this level. At the $20, $30 a month, we talked about
postpaid for a start.
They want your ARPU, your average revenue per user. They want you to be at 60, 70 to drive up their monthly average revenue per user.
Because wouldn't it be ideal for because the top award was for prepaid, yeah?
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be like Telstra, Vodafone, Optus? They want you postpaid. I mean, want you to get a bill.
They have prepaid, but essentially,
but if they had the choice, they'd want you on a postpaid plan.
Exactly. They're quite happy for you to be going with with these lower price telcos.
But it's interesting, that example you gave of how you could potentially, if you really want to take a good look at how you use your phone, if you've got a landline, if you need a landline, then these plans would offer some tremendous value. Like that example you gave, like $5, and that could just sit there and just receive calls on it.
Yeah.
That is like a landline.
It's if you look around,
$5,
so much better value out there. For we've had this discussion before. People are wasting money. They really are. Yeah. You're wasting money. I'm probably wasting money. But
definitely.
We all have our problems.
But it's But just on that, I remember I'm with Vodafone, and they recently put my plan up.
Right.
And I've got a ridiculous amount of data and all that on it, but I remember going into a store and I said, look, I saw this plan, like I'm on this, but I want this. And they said, oh, we can't give it to you. You got to call up for that plan. Like in the store. I said, are you joking? I can't. Your Vodafone store, I can't go down to this plan in the store. I've got to ring someone up to do that. They said, yep. So it's like different. And the new plans too were for new customers. So I said, I'm an existing been a Vodafone customer for years. Well, sorry, it's for new customers. So what would I have to do? Like close, go, leave, and come back
Go
again?
Somewhere else and just come back.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So they make it easier.
No. But Moose Mobile, I have heard people talk about it.
Mobile.
So this is postpaid, which basically means they're going to debit you every month until you say don't. It's not really contracts anymore. It's just
month to month,
and you're not required to top it up manually. They're probably doing it quite automatically. Their plans are just on their website. Introductory offers, so it's 40 gigabytes for $12.40 a month. Normally $26.80. They're basically at the low end, they're kind of $1 a gig, so $30 odd dollars for 40 gig, $26 for 27 gig. But when you pump it up, $55.80 for 220 gigabytes.
Wow, that's not bad.
And discounted for the first 6 months for $45. So they do have some value.
Question without notice. Are these eSIMs too, or just physical SIMs? Do they offer?
I don't know that Moose offers an eSIM, but they...
Does Aldi?
No. Right. I don't believe Aldi has an eSIM, no.
Like how soon do you reckon, just on the topic, before there are no SIM cards in phones anymore? Or are you within 2-3 years of that, you reckon?
Well, I would have said that 2 years ago when Apple got rid of the SIM card in America, but they haven't done it anywhere else.
Do you reckon maybe they'll start this year?
No, I don't think we're ready. Having played around with eSIM for a good couple of years there for a while, I found it relatively easy with Telstra to switch around because you just install their app and then download it.
Yeah.
And I found it more difficult with Vodafone to actually activate and deactivate and move it around. But you see, we're a bit unique because we're changing phones every couple of weeks, right? I have noticed that certainly in the Android switching process just says, do you want to move your eSIM over?
Yeah.
Or do you want to just convert that SIM to an eSIM over here? It's there. The process is there. But I don't think the education is there. And I think that if Apple or Samsung went SIMless, so eSIM
which
only,
they will. It'll take one of them to make the first move. It'll be likely be Apple.
We will be overwhelmed.
You reckon? Yeah.
We will be
people-
on every radio station going, what is this? How does
do
this
we
work?
do it? Yeah.
But
Okay.
if the point is, if they did it in America, why haven't they done it here?
Yeah. And it seems to be okay there. Have you heard of any?
I mean, people were
Nothing-
frustrated early on, but
Yeah.
they've all got their phones now. I think
Yeah.
because they're a bit more, they go in, if you sit in an AT&T store, they just walk you through it, they set it up, they give you a
Yeah,
SIM. It's not hard.
Yeah.
They've got so many bloody stores that actually I think people just go in and get it done.
Yeah, right.
That's probably what's happening with the eSIMs.
So I was thinking that, you know, how the rumour is about the iPhone 17 Air, and I don't know whether in your dummy or whatever you saw,
I
is
can't
there
remember.
a room for
I
a SIM
think there
card
was
in
a
that
SIM
one?
card
There is a
slot.
SIM because
Yeah.
the S25 Edge had one.
Yeah.
SIM card. So does the Note 7.
Yeah.
Note 7, sorry. Not the Note 7. The Fold
Definitely not the
7.
Note 7.
Fold 7. Sorry about that.
But on that note,
Yeah.
the
On that note.
Flip 7,
Yeah.
when driving for 4 hours
Yeah.
and Android Auto and mapping,
Gets hot.
wow.
Really?
I said to
Heats
the
up?
kids, do not touch that. It is
Yeah. I got to
hot.
say, I drove up to Newcastle and had mine on the wireless charger, and yeah, it was a bit warm to touch
Because
as
if
well.
you're running, because the thing is, you're running Android Auto, you got to remember your phone is outputting a screen, so that's pretty big.
Yeah.
And then you're mapping as well. That's full time GPS.
Yeah.
That's really chewing through the GPS.
No, you're right on this one, because on the Leap motor, which didn't have
Because
the
it doesn't have
Android
Android
Auto,
Auto.
it wasn't as warm. But no, on other cars it has been. Yeah,
Yeah.
wow. So
Yeah,
when you're
Apple
wirelessly
CarPlay,
charging, charging,
No, not even charging.
right?
Just running.
Yeah.
The
Well, imagine
wireless
charging
screen.
and doing that then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full on. Don't know how we got to that. Oh, because you mentioned the Note 7.
The Note, the Fold 7, the
Yeah,
Fold.
but you
7,
mentioned the Note 7.
Because I said to Samsung, I said cheekily, I said, you realise this is the first model with a 7 in it since the Note 7, and they went, yeah, okay. not to jinx you or nothing, but a 7, they're not scared of the number 7.
Interesting, because the Note 7 also pushed a lot of boundaries. We know that they pushed the boundaries
Oh,
of the
yeah.
battery size.
Yes.
They had new iris scanners
Well,
and all
the
these
Fold
things. And have a
7
go at the boundaries they've pushed with this one.
Whoa, yeah. Where is it?
So, kind of.
So thin and light. Look at it. I'm still using it as my daily driver, by the way.
Yeah, it's a cracking
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Loving it. I'm loving it.
We got onto that by talking about mobile plans.
You don't know where this show's going to go, do you?
don't
That's
know.
That's the beauty of the show.
He
You
doesn't
don't
know.
know where you're going to end up. Is that right?
At the end,
How
hopefully.
do we end up here? Lucky we're not chauffeurs, because we'd just be. You don't know where we're going
Right.
to end
No,
up.
I'm a A to B person. I'd be a great
Yeah,
chauffeur.
Of course you are.
That's definitely, if it all goes
course you
to
are.
rubbish,
yeah.
you'll find me driving.
And you enjoy
hire
driving,
cars.
so if
Yeah,
all
yeah.
this goes to hell, you
Yeah.
can get a job just as a driver.
I could sell most of this and buy a car.
Yeah, just this stuff you'll be able to buy a car, eh? And these lights up here too, they look pretty schmick too. These lights up here,
Look, it's not going to be a.
Trevor's just.
It's not going to be a
being-
Lexus.
Yeah.
But
mate. You
might be out there in a little Kia doing Uber runs. I couldn't do Uber X or
Imagine
Uber
that
Comfort.
guy, your driver is Trevor. Hey, Trevor, aren't you Trevor Long from the Today Show?
And then I'd break down.
Oh,
in
you
tears.
could say I used to be, mate. Yeah, until
I used
that,
to be
yeah,
someone.
Until that HR incident, I got the punt. Nah, Trev's a good man. He's a good man, Trev.
No dramas with HR. I don't work there.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Mate, it'd be hilarious
Safe.
if they rang.
Safe.
I'd be like, HR's ringing me.
Yeah. Not an employee. Hello. But you're like Kramer. You know Kramer, he goes to work, he goes, I don't actually work there.
I don't even work there.
You're Kramer.
I don't know what the issue is. You know what I saw the other night, because we've always got it on at home, was George parking his car at Yankee Stadium, and he locked his keys in it.
Yeah.
And so his car was there for 3 days.
Yeah.
And
everyone thought he was working so
Wilhelm
hard.
thought he was working so hard he was going to get a promotion from Steinbrenner, because he was the first car there when
and
when
last car
Steinbrenner
gone.
arrived. He was there. When Wilhelm left, he was there.
there, wow.
They're thinking he's working his ass off.
George is going hard, yeah. That's great.
It's a great show.
Don't you love
Honestly,
it? Don't you love it?
There are some
Can
cracking
you believe
episodes.
it's so old as well now? Like
It hasn't
finished
aged.
in the 90s.
1998, wasn't it?
It was just remarkable, and still to this day, like you'd be catch one a day. Like some channels have them on. Foxtel's got them on. You can't miss them.
Mate, we just have it on in the background.
Yeah,
Netflix
love it,
just
love
load it
it,
up.
Love it.
Smash it and go.
And you know what? Always laugh at it too. It's funny every time.
Oh, no, I'm the same.
It's funny.
It's like,
every
I know what
time.
happens here. This is hilarious.
I know. I always say, this is a good one. This is this one.
Yeah.
That's great. Love it.
Two Blokes Talking Seinfeld here on Two Blokes Talking Tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Well, it seems that we're still awaiting the release of the iPhone. there may be some other devices, but usually the Pixel sort of follows iPhone. Is that right? Sort of in October.
Yeah. It's well.
And so it's kind of the season to be sort of leaking it a bit, don't you reckon?
Oh,
do you reckon
yeah.
they do that on purpose or what?
Well, I mean, I think
Like-
Google's a bit different.
And we're
Google's-
up to 10 this time, eh? Google Pixel 10.
Google will just say, "Here's the phone.
Yeah.
We'll announce it soon." And they've done that. They've said that the date. I think they've said the date, which is August 20. It'll be
wow,
announced on August 20.
That's before the iPhone then?
Yes.
Wow.
So they've set a date for made by Google, which will be
Okay.
Pixel XL, Pixel Pro.
Oh, right. Didn't they do that last year too? Wasn't it August last year?
August last
yeah,
year?
because I was away.
I think it
with
was.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, there you go.
And
the fold
and
and
a
all
new
that too.
fold, Pixel 10.
A
'cause that
new
was the
fold?
first. Because that was the first fold from Google to come to Australia.
Yeah. Got to say, I thought, how good's this, the Pixel Fold? And you know what? Wasn't a fan.
Why?
I don't know why. It was just, I don't know. I think maybe the screen aspect ratio was a bit off. And
It was
just,
exactly what you wanted, which was a full size screen.
no, it was all right. It didn't grab me. I must get back to it. Or hopefully the next fold I'll get hold of as well, the 10 Pro Fold. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
And what are we up to? Pixel Watch 4.
Mate, they're still struggling with that product.
Yeah.
If
But
we're
there's a real fan base around Pixel.
Oh, for sure.
There's a lot of fanboys.
You've got to
and
break
girls.
out of your fan base and go mainstream.
Yeah.
And the leaked image is
Yeah.
of
That's a massive
another
bump.
horizontal camera island that is
That's
enormous.
huge. I think I said to you off air, I said, that's so big you can hang that off a shelf. You
I
don't
think
need
you could.
You don't need a stand. You just hang it.
Yeah, if you're in
somewhere.
the kitchen following YouTube
Yeah,
instructions,
just
just
go,
hang it up.
boop. It's got that much of a lip on it. You can put it up there. Wow. And they kind of pioneered that, that sort of shape.
Yes.
And guess what Apple's doing, if the
A very
rumours are to be
similar
believed.
thing, yeah.
Similar sort of big island on the back again.
Yeah.
Not as prominent as that. But wow. Maybe they made it that way so it will sort of tilt upwards a little bit.
I think
when
they
it's
made
flat.
it that way so that it doesn't bounce on the table
so
like
it's
the
not
fold
one-sided.
does.
Yes, of course. So you're talking about this.
When you put it on the
It's on
table,
one side, and it's a little bit not quite stable. Yeah.
wobbly.
Okay.
It's a big island.
Yeah. It's like
It's
Australia.
a
It's
big island. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But look, Google they make beautiful phones.
So you're saying Samsung next time maybe should have the.
If that was across the back, it
Yeah.
would be.
But how would that
So
go
much
then
better.
for the lenses? Won't the lenses sort of?
What does it
Aren't
matter?
the lenses supposed to be sort of when you're taking your photo supposed to be lined up? Or supposed to be
Doesn't
lined
matter.
up that way too, weren't they?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
They're just lined up.
I guess. But maybe the reason they didn't do it is because it looked like a Pixel. Imagine if Samsung did that, right? Same line of
And
cameras
then
across.
you got Apple, Google, and Samsung doing the same thing.
Would that be? It would like they're copying them.
Well,
There's only so many things you can do. I
smartphones
guess.
have plateaued in design. Let's be real.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do to stand out anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But what do you think of these ones here? And they've even released the colours too.
Well,
haven't they?
I think those are leaks. They're from Android headlines. They're a leak.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's
I like the
accurate.
blue one.
But if it came, the blue is
Blue's nice. So
Blue's
just like
talking to me.
the Fold 7 blue is quite nice too. This seems to be the hero colour, the blue.
Yeah, without question.
Very
'Cause
nice.
they're using the same hero in the
Matches the
in the
background.
flip. Oh yeah, we're very matchy, aren't
You're
we?
very matchy. Look at this. We've both got the blue ones. Look at that.
Hey, you just need to be in the light a little bit better. There, look at that.
Yeah.
Hey. Anyway,
Wow.
that's riveting content.
So what are they saying?
August
20.
Yeah.
Wow. So getting in ahead of the iPhone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was it the same time last year?
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure because I was away when they were announced. I didn't get home till early September. I got home like 2 days before the iPhone launch and they were already out. They were already
Right.
released. Yeah.
Okay.
They were already sent out. So I'd say they did release late August last year as well. Are you going back through the archives?
Yeah, I'm looking now. It was actually earlier than this year. It was the 14th of August.
There you have it. Yeah, because I remember where was I been on the? I was on our cruise at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was in
looking at my website every day. I was.
Mountain View. At the
Oh, you
Made
went
by
for the
Google
launch.
event.
You went
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
launch.
Yeah,
For the Pixel, you were there.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think they were doing some AI stuff they were pushing at the time.
Right.
But crickets from them this year.
Well, they saw the value they got last year, mate. They thought,
Oh, yeah.
maybe not.
I might have said some somewhat negative things about Google lately.
Okay. I'll wait for my phone to ring then.
Well, I'll text you if mine rings and I say no.
Yeah, good
Even
luck
though
to
you're
you.
like in a big city.
Good luck to you.
No, I think given it's just less than a month away.
No mention on pricing.
No, very.
'Cause
This
that's-
is Google's strategy: is just tease an image,
Yeah.
and really hype an event.
Because I think they price-wise, they're kind of up there, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're sort of they see themselves as a Samsung Apple competitor at that level.
They do.
And I don't know how.
I don't think they're running any spivs.
No, maybe not. But yeah, I'd be keen to see. Like, imagine if that was under 1,000. If it'd be 999.
Well, I still think Google's
not the Pro
best
model.
value is in their A series, the Google Pixel 9A or 8A and all that kind of stuff.
A lot of bang for your buck there.
They're great
for sure.
phones. My mum uses a Pixel. I gave her a Pixel originally, a Pixel 4A.
I got mates who love the Pixels too. Yeah, they're big fans. But you got to. Is it worth competing against? Like, how many are they going to sell against Samsung and Apple in the flagship?
Well, that's why. You remember we talked when we were at Samsung about how this was a real partnership with Google now. Their whole AI thing.
Yep.
If you're Google, like real talk.
Yeah, they are Google. Yeah.
You're the boss of Google.
Yep.
You're looking at the balance sheet. I mean, are they making money on Pixel?
I wouldn't know. I don't. I will.
And if you're only just making money, do you go? Can we just rationalise all those resources and
I'd say it'd be
just
paying
push
for
harder
itself.
on?
It'd be paying for itself,
right?
Because you got to remember, like Apple, Samsung, that's sort of 90% of the market. Let's call it, right?
Yeah.
That 10% left over is still quite lucrative.
Oh,
so that's why you've got
100%.
Oppo, Motorola, Nokia, HMD, all these other brands
let's remember,
competing.
in Australia, there's 7 million phones sold every year, and 54% of them are under $800.
There you have it. Yeah, but these
More than half the market.
So the Pixel 10 and 10 Pro, they'll be
in the high end.
They'd be above 1,000, over 1,000.
But more than half the market aren't buying the
so
latest
the average
iPhone,
price
Samsung,
is like
or
$800.
Pixel.
Is that what we spend?
I think
on a
the
phone?
average is probably
It's like under
more like 650, 700.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so not everyone's springing for a brand new Fold 7 or a Galaxy, Apple 16 Pro Max.
Not at all.
Yeah, iPhone 16 Pro Max.
I think we overstate the size of the mobile market in the way we talk about Apple and Google and Samsung.
Which is why I guess in value they take most of the money.
But value
in actual
real
units
people,
shipped,
phones in pockets.
Yeah.
You know, that's what really matters.
Yeah, this is true. And yet Apple seem to only want to play in the sort of the near the top end, don't they? They want you to spend your money on a.
Well, it's the iPhone SEs now, like a 999, is it? $1,099. I can't remember. Yeah, it's only got a single bloody lens.
Yeah,
which is the same with the iPhone 17 Air, if we're to believe the
a single lens. Yeah,
single lens.
So the S25 Edge has two.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the obvious comparison there, but yeah,
I think that's a misstep.
The Pixel. So you like the Pixel? Are you a fan?
I love the Pixel. Yeah.
I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind.
100%.
I found that I was using the Pro more than the Fold.
Well, and the timing works for us again inside baseball. But we got to change phones all the time. If that thing comes out, if it comes out around the same time,
we can have it.
Let's get into it. So
iPhone.
we're using it before iPhone.
Yeah.
So we can stick to Android for another month and two.
Absolutely, yes.
And then switch back when it comes.
I've been on Android for months.
Yeah.
I've been on Android since March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got to try them. If we're not trying them, we're not being true to our audience.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm still rocking the Fold 7 over here.
They'll pry that from your grip.
I said, you can take it out of my cold, dead hand.
And they said, we'll send a man around. His name's Ray Donovan.
Yeah, I'm mates with Ray. It should be right.
You're mates with Ray Donovan?
I know Ray. He's a good man.
Yeah, I think he'd still, for the cash,
he'd
just whack you. No dramas at all. All right, Two Blokes Talking Tech. Google Pixel. We expect an announcement August 20.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Trevor's on the drums over here. Two Blokes Talking Tech is proudly supported by Arlo, and Arlo have a great range of home security products, from cameras and doorbells to wired floodlights and solar panels. So that range of products, you would probably think, you know what, I'm going to buy a few. And the good news for you is that there is a bundle and save option on the Arlo website. If you want to buy direct, any order $500 and above will get you a 10% discount across the board. So whether you're buying a doorbell or a camera or a solar panel, that all adds up to that amount and you get a discount. If you spend more than $1,000, you'll get 15% off everything. Like I said, whatever you've put in your basket. And if you go above $1,500, you'll get 20% off. So I think, if you are starting out, or maybe you want to fill out your home security cameras, give Arlo a try. They've got the best cameras in the business. We all use them at our place. I'm constantly looking through my cameras if they've had a delivery, checking up on Logan, checking up on all kinds of things.
I've been updating the facial recognition, getting just for giggles the other day when I'm going to narrow it down because it was confusing Victoria and Amanda because I'd let it just do it. So I just removed Amanda from the Victoria list, so it's now even more refined.
Wow,
so good. When you get a message saying Jackson's at the front door.
Yeah, I got Joe and I've got myself and Hayley and everyone all on our cameras too. But and if you're thinking about getting into your home security for peace of mind, then give Arlo a try and try their bundle and save options. Check it out at arlo.com.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Now, I don't want to be a narc.
But you are going to be.
Look, I think it's really important to acknowledge that Big Ant Studios, the people that made the Rugby League game, are an Aussie company.
Yep.
They make computer games. It's what they do. They've made, I think, a tennis game. They make a cricket game. They've made all the Rugby League games, I think.
Yep.
They're a big gaming studio, right?
Yep.
But they're no EA Sports.
Yeah.
Right? Let's be clear. But I think it's a big fail for them to have released the Rugby League 26 game last week. It's just been so badly done.
Buggy, is it?
So Jackson came up to, I didn't even know it was coming out, but Jackson came up and he goes, do you want me to buy it on your account? I said, buy it on mine because I can play it. We can tax deduct it. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
Anyway, so he buys it on the Xbox and he texts me, I can't play it. I went, why not? He goes, I don't know. Anyway, 11 hours it was in maintenance mode, even on the day of release on Xbox.
Ooh.
PlayStation users could play it. So that was a bit of a bummer. Then he got it working and he's like, it's buggy as heck. So I started looking at videos, send me a couple of videos, and then my TikTok feed is just nothing but videos. I've shown you a couple.
Yeah, I've seen
Mate, like bad bunker decisions, like worse than the real bunker.
Yes, I was going to say, how can you get any worse?
And that's saying something.
Oh, my God.
Crazy kicking where you aim in one direction and it just
aim
goes
at the corner
the other.
post and it still goes over.
And the one that I've seen a couple of times now is someone, I think it's from a tap, like a touchline tap. They pass it in, it goes maybe through two hands, and then the next person gets it, stops, puts
just
it down and plays the ball.
They haven't even been tackled.
The opposition's within 10. Like, they're not even within 10. And I'm like, what is going on?
That's called a voluntary tackle, that one. Yeah.
Little things like that just shouldn't happen. Now, in reading and watching a few things from people who have played old games, this is 8 years in the making.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
the game hasn't dramatically improved in 8 years.
Yeah.
It's better. So there are better face scans of the players.
Graphics-wise,
There is a slight improvement in graphics.
Yep.
There's obviously there's a promo that's being hyped up pretty heavy, and there's like money that you pay to get in. Like there's tokens and things you can buy, so they're probably going to make some money out of that.
Really, some gamifying.
What they did do was come out on X. I got sent a link, and they were talking about how they're putting out credits to people, and they're applying some. They're doing real hard to deal with the community, which is pretty negative. Like the negativity around the game online.
Well,
and
I think there's been so much expectation around this game. Like you said, the delay. It's taken so long to come to market. I think it sounds like it's reached a point where we just got to release this thing.
But okay, expectation.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh yeah.
They're not just going to release that.
How long has that been?
Years.
Yeah.
A decade. I don't know. A long time.
It was supposed to be this year. Now it's going to be next year.
Yeah. Like it's the whole meme where something happens on the internet and someone goes, "We got this before Grand Theft Auto." I think my question is, should they have just come out and said, "We're not ready. It's going to be another 2 months."
Yeah, but can't they do updates? Can't they?
They're doing regular updates,
patches and updates, and
first impressions matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
right,
Jacko did say to me, he said, "Look, actually, one of my biggest problems is there's no guide. It doesn't." There's no, when you first
there's
time
no practice, like you learn how to do.
You learn this and then you learn that, because he said it's actually really rugby league's a complicated game. It's not a 4-button game.
No,
like if you want to do a chip kick versus a drop kick, I don't know. There's a million different things, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So how do you program all that? Like learning the game is actually hard.
That's
so
tough.
Fans that have been playing it for a long time aren't just button mashing.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they've actually missed their market too, which is just to educate New people.
Yeah, because you'd think you'd have like a little training session where they show you, okay,
That's
here's
a
how you
great
do
idea.
a kick, here's how you do this. It's like all games, you do a little, all the first-person shooters have a little, let's go to the range and here's what you do here and this and that.
Yeah.
They all have that.
Yeah.
So that wasn't on there.
No, apparently not.
So just assumed,
Just assumes you're
from
going to
the
work
other
it
one,
out,
wow.
and
So was Jackson playing as the Roosters a lot, mate? Or
I don't know. If he was,
is it
they
the
were
problem
probably
they kept
losing.
losing? Is that why he didn't like the game, mate? I wonder if South will win in this game.
It's your only hope.
Yeah, that's the best chance I got is hoping they win in the game. The computer game I'm talking
You should
about.
give it a go.
Yeah, I will.
Well, in the Formula One game, they have classic Formula One.
Yeah.
So you can race from cars from the 90s and stuff, and 80s.
Yeah.
I wonder if they should bring a regular
They should-
classic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Imagine that.
Imagine the 2014 South Sydney Premiership team against the 1986
I want to
Parramatta
run
team.
out as Mario.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Imagine that.
Absolutely.
Like, how cool would that be
The
to have the old
1989
guys?
South team. Yeah, wow.
Imagine having a Wally Lewis and a Mark Geyer and a Chief Harrigan and all
awesome.
those legends in it.
So the way as the game is now, so it's all the current crop of players.
As
that
I
are
understand
in
it,
there.
yeah. Yeah.
And I see Nathan Cleary's on the cover, and they've got a woman too. There's female.
Yeah,
there's
women's rugby league,
NRLW on there too. Wow.
100%.
Cool.
Which
Can you make the girls play the guys or no?
I don't know. Don't think so. I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too.
Mate, I think some of those games are more enjoyable to watch, aren't they, in the real life? Although
Mate, the women's game is so skillful.
Yeah.
Mate, I love watching them. Like Maroons commenting, calling them on Channel 9 on a Sunday.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, mate, I really enjoy that. They are so skillful.
Yeah.
It's great to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of rugby league, as you well know, but I was at Mum's and we were going out to dinner and we were going to meet at the club at 6 o'clock and the Warriors Knights game was on.
Oh, what happened right at the death?
And I said
that game.
we should probably go. And Mum goes, Browner's husband, Mark, won't leave home until the footy's over, so we can leave it.
Yeah.
And, mate, what a cracking end to that game.
Yeah, Newcastle were winning by 2 points, I think.
Warriors
went for field goal. No, they went for field goal.
No, he stuffed
he missed
up three
a kick
kicks.
from in front.
So he missed. He stuffed a kick off.
Yeah.
Went dead.
Yep.
Then he missed a field goal. And then he missed a penalty.
And then they went for field goal. Newcastle's
Solid block.
Just charged the ball down. It's bounced into the arms of the Warriors' second rower, who's just bolted. No one in front of him. Great footwork. Got over the line. Boom. Win.
Unbelievable.
Oh, mate, it was one for the ages.
Sport is good like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was like the Yankees a few weeks ago, mate. The Yankees, that was a great result. Yeah.
Formula One's back this weekend.
Is it? Where they racing?
Good. Spa, Francorchamps.
Ah, okay. Is that Belgium?
Belgium, yeah. Big one.
Even I knew that.
Yeah, well done. Well done. I haven't looked at the time frame, but it's going to be a late night one, I'm assuming.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, so
I might put some hours in on the sim. Let's go through Eau Rouge.
And how's our man Piastri going?
He's good, still leading the championship by like 7 or 8 points.
Is that right? So how many races would there be to go?
We're only halfway there.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. So it's not,
I was looking at
not in the bag yet.
I was looking at the points table for the 2010 championship, which was the last time we really had multiple potential winners.
Yep.
Obviously, 2021 when Max and Lewis came down to the last race, that's slightly different. This is more, at this stage, we have no idea who's going to win. And there was like 5 contenders at the last race in mathematically.
Yep.
And, some of those were leading by so much in the middle of the season. And, it just takes a turn for one team to do really well for it to go the other way.
Just getting back to the computer games, though, sporting computer games.
Yeah.
I know you're a big F1 fan.
Yeah.
What other sports games have you played? Are you a FIFA fan? man?
I've tried, but I'm a button masher. I don't really know what's going on.
I find FIFA and there's a mass following of it.
Oh, it's huge.
It's just I can't get the grip of it.
If I could just be one player, I just want to be that guy.
Yeah.
You know how
you'll need to hand out 10 other controllers.
You become the guy closest to the ball. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah,
I just want to be that guy and pass it to that guy.
It's complicated, eh?
I
remember going. I think we went to a FIFA soccer launch. EA Sports event, and I think they had all league players there. Jared Hayne, that was there.
I remember that.
Yeah,
yes,
and they had all, and they were like smashing it. They were loving it. Even the NFL games too, a similar sort of feel where you control the whole team.
But see, isn't an NFL game more? I'm assuming I haven't played it, but isn't it more? Okay, this is the play we're going to run now, so you get to choose all that.
And
then you're just one of the players.
But then you got to defend against it.
Yeah, I guess.
Or defend against the computer.
We do play a bit of, and Jackson plays a lot, the MLB The Show, which is the baseball game.
Okay.
And it's pretty good because you're basically batting or pitching.
Right. Okay.
But when when you're batting, you've also then you got to hit at the right time.
Is this on Xbox too?
Yeah, Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, right.
But then you're also in control of the other players on base. So
someone can
you've got to
steal.
decide to steal and advance runners and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
Which is pretty cool.
Because they sound like they're very successful games that are played.
It's America, mate.
Yeah, they're the grouse.
And that's why I'm like, with respect to Big Ant Studios, this is a game that's going to sell in the UK and Australia.
Yeah,
mainly
not
in
a
Australia.
huge world market for it, is there?
So
like EA wouldn't have even looked at this game to make.
No,
yeah,
wouldn't even consider it.
So they've got the NBA games, similar with
NBA, NFL, MLB.
Wow,
There's
and
probably a hockey
all
game.
EA Sports.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
But remember
hockey
now,
too.
I don't know. I assume there is. Hockey's big.
Okay. Yeah.
But now they've got this split with FIFA now because FIFA is not EA.
Ooh, okay.
There's EA Football, I think is what it's called, and there's FIFA.
And there's FIFA.
Yeah.
So FIFA
There was
sort
a
of
split.
that seems to be the premium.
I think maybe FIFA wanted too much money, or they wanted to own the business, which is making money off people on an ongoing basis.
Massive, yeah, massive.
But and again, to completely go back, but Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
We were going through this phase. I mentioned it a few weeks ago where I installed Far Cry again.
Yep.
And on the Samsung smart monitor we have at home, I was testing out Xbox Game Pass just for giggles.
Yep.
And I thought, bugger, I'm going to play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those games where you've got to play the
missions.
The missions.
First.
I'm like, I've played this all before. Can I just jump in and steal some cars? Do you know what I mean?
Pick up some prostitutes and that?
I never done that, but I just want to steal some cars and drive around.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Grand Theft Auto.
It's been a while, hey?
Yeah, it's a long way.
So what are we up to? 6?
6 is the
So 5 came out like 10 years ago, did it?
Yeah.
Wow. Can you imagine how massive it's going to be?
That will be the biggest blockbuster. That will outpace any movie.
Well,
I think
it's going to be the biggest entertainment release of all time.
The biggest opening weekend entertainment release of all time.
But I remember writing that story back in 2010 when Avatar came out.
Yeah.
Avatar came out, and I think Call of Duty or something actually beat it for the money it made.
Yeah.
Then it was like $1 billion title.
Yeah.
And so Grand Theft Auto, you'd assume, is going to just do big business.
I think it will be the biggest entertainment release of all time.
Wow. That's going to be huge, yeah.
And then I'm assuming they're building in a new business model which just clips the ticket and you can just buy cash instead of having to rob places and loot it and stuff.
So you could use PayPal or something.
I'm of that age where I have adult money now. So I'll download a game and Harry will download the game and I'll spend $100 on in-game credit.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, "How do you have all that stuff?" I'm like, just been playing it a bit.
Yep. You'll get all the grouse outfits and weapons and all that. Yeah,
just
of course.
Buy everything.
Were you into Fortnite? Did you play Fortnite?
Oh, no, not really. I muck around with the kids. Kids are still into it.
Right, right.
They still play it.
Yeah,
Harry still plays it with a couple of his mates.
It's still a thing, is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Mate, there's a Shohei Ohtani skin.
Wow.
Harry dresses as Shohei Ohtani in
really?
Fortnite. Yeah.
What did that cost him?
I don't know. A lot of E-bucks.
Yes, a lot of E-bucks. Okay.
Yeah. Because Shohei ain't doing that for nothing, I'll tell you that.
Oh,
right
absolutely, yeah.
Not
They've got to pay that $1 billion somehow,
Yeah, exactly. No, this is on top of the billion. This is just him. And
that's just
his
the
life.
gravy. That's the gravy.
Anyway, well done, Big Ant Studios. Good release. Maybe
expect some updates to come.
Maybe a bit more beta testing next time.
Yeah,
they did I saw a few Rugby League influencers get invited to NRL headquarters and review it and stuff. And
who would be a Rugby League influencer?
Just people that are clearly big fans and they of the sport.
Okay.
But again, not to degrade anyone individually, but I looked at one of them and I'd never seen this person before in my life.
And they're an influencer.
And they were just a Rugby League fan. I'm not in Rugby League TikTok, so I wouldn't have come across it. But because I was in Rugby League 26 TikTok, I come across them.
Yes.
And then I went to their actual account and I'm like, just Rugby League fan. And then suddenly, and they got the game, they're excited about the game. They didn't post about any of the dramas. None of them. Funny that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty of dramas.
Wow.
All right,
Sounds
Stephen.
like there was.
Great to have your company. We'll be back in next week for episode 694.
694.
You're on Two Blokes Talking Tech. I reckon we'll lock in Netgear and Arlo for that one.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
they're great partners to have. You can see them up here behind us on the big screen.
On the widescreen.
There it is. Yep. Arlo and Netgear. Support the great sponsors who support us.
We appreciate it.
And they make some good stuff.
Great stuff. All right, Stephen. See you next week, mate.
Take care.
Bye.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.